Can I ask you something? Have you ever had one of those moments where your entire life changed and suddenly you had no idea what came next? Maybe it was the end of a relationship. Maybe it was losing a job. Maybe it was watching a dream you've worked toward for years fall apart. Or maybe nothing big happened at all. You just woke up one morning and realized, I don't know where I'm going anymore. If you've ever felt that way, I want you to know something. You're not alone. I think every single one of us goes through seasons where we feel lost, not because we're weak, not because we've failed, but because life has a way of changing the map when we least accept it. I've had those seasons. There have been moments where I've thought I had my future completely figured out. I knew where I was headed. I had a plan. Then life reminded me that plans don't always unfold the way we expect. And if I'm honest, those seasons scared me. Not because I wasn't willing to work hard, because I didn't know what direction to go. I wanted answers. I wanted certainty. I wanted someone to hand me a roadmap and say, here, just follow this, and everything will work out. But that's not how life works. One thing the fire service taught me is that you don't always get perfect visibility. When you're inside a smoke-filled building, you can't see the whole structure. You can't see every room. You can't see the finish line. You trust your training. You trust your team. And you keep moving one step at a time. Life is surprisingly similar. Sometimes all you can see is the next step. And maybe that's enough. I think one of the biggest lines we tell ourselves is this: everyone else has life figured out except for me. We scroll through social media. We see people getting married, buying houses, starting businesses, getting promotions, posting smiling pictures. And we start comparing our behind the scenes to somebody else's highlight reel. I've done that. Maybe you have too. This problem with comparison is that it makes us forget something important. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. You don't know what they're carrying after the camera turns off. You don't know the sacrifices they made to get where they are. And you definitely don't know the nights they've questioned themselves. Comparison has a way of making us feel like we're behind, when in reality, we're just on a different path. There was a time in my life when I questioned almost everything. Was I making the right decisions? Was I heading in the right direction? Was I becoming the man I wanted to be? Those questions don't have easy answers. And that's okay, because asking those questions means you're growing. People who never question themselves rarely change. The people who grow are the people willing to stop and honestly ask, am I living the life I want to live? If that's where you are today, if you're standing at a crossroads, trying to figure out what's next, don't panic. You don't have to have the next 10 years figured out. You don't even have to have the next year figured out. Sometimes all you need is enough courage to take the next step, not the whole staircase, just the next step. And here's something I've learned. Every meaningful journey I've ever taken started exactly the same way. One step. Walking into the fire station at 13, one step. Taking on the responsibility of becoming a lieutenant, one step. Starting this podcast, one step. None of those moments came with guarantees. They came with faith that if I kept moving forward, I'd eventually find my way. Maybe that's what you need today. Not a perfect plan, not every answer, just enough courage to take one more step. Because one day you'll look back at the season where you felt the most lost and realize it was the season that pointed you toward the life you were meant to live. So think about that. We start aren't supposed to know our path. We're not supposed to plan our entire lives, because if you've ever noticed, when you start planning your life and trying to build it years down the road, it fails. That's because we're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to take it day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. We're not supposed to plan out everything. We're not supposed to make sure the next 5 years is figured out. That's not how life works. So I'm going to take a little break here, reset, pull up my next set of notes for part 2. Stay with me, guys. We're gonna keep this thing going. Remember, if no one's told you today, I'm glad you're still here. Keep walking through the fire. Don't ever give up.